Hi guys and welcome back to Sports Garage HD and welcome back to the QPR Series where we've got the Community Shield final today against Arsenal. Of course we won the FA Cup last season and Arsenal won the league, so therefore we meet them in the Community Shield. But most importantly, we've got the transfers to recap because obviously this is the first episode of the new season, which means we've got to recap the summer's transfer window, which was very busy and also crucial. I believe it's been the biggest and the best and most important transfer window to date. A lot of big things went down. As you can see, our value is now £236 million, with a loan debt of £24.5 million. We're in the Europa League, expect to finish 9th. If you're wondering who Dave is the Greek guy. To you and I, from what I've been saying, it's the Greek player whose name I cannot pronounce, so I'm just going to call him Dave from now on. Which I guess is the point. It gets to the point now at every video. Because I mispronounce names, I think it's because I'm English. English people just generally, I know a lot of people, English people can pronounce names, well, foreign names, but I'm not gifted in that way. I can't pronounce names, every footballer's name right. I'll give it my best shot a lot of the time, but if I do pronounce the name wrong, just bear with me. Often you guys know who I'm talking about. You'll see him on the screen and you can read it yourself and stuff like that. So it's not a big deal, but just cut me some slack if I do pronounce some names wrong. A lot of you do leave me friendly advice, how you actually pronounce the name. I do go on Google Translate and stuff like that, although Google Translate is not always reliable. But that's that moan out the way, a little bit of a moan out the way with. But transfers, we've got to recap a lot of things. Lucas Podolski, of course, joined us. I did that deal last season, I believe. Big player, 30 years old now, so quite old, but physically, as I keep saying, he's physically fantastic still and technically great. Then ter Stegen joined us. Yeah, I believe the best goalkeeper with regards to his potential and how good he is at the moment. Best goalkeeper in the game. The guy is an absolute god. I've been tracking him for a few years now and he's just not been interested, wasn't interested all summer. I kept on declaring interest in him and he was under offers from the likes of Juventus, PSG, Barca, Chelsea and I believe it was I think Roma, which is quite an odd one. And they were declaring interest and he put himself up for transfer. He put a transfer request in which they had to accept. They accepted. Put his value at about 21 million? Yeah, 21 million, which I matched. I had to go toe-to-toe with Juventus. I think Juventus was the only other club that made the offer. The other teams were just interested. They made the offer. I went toe-to-toe with them, made the offer. It was £10 million up front and 11 million over 30 months. Because at the time, I hadn't got... Or had I got my new budget? No, I had got my new budget, which was 21 million or so, 20 million or so. I got that budget, but of course I had other positions I needed to recruit, particularly attacking midfielder. So had to throw 10 million up front, 11 million over 30 months to get this deal done, and pay him a bumper £95,000 a week, and also loads of bonuses, clauses and stuff inserted into this deal just to get him to come to us over Juventus, because he, as I was saying, is the best goalkeeper at the moment in the game. Obviously, Frank Tabanu, French winger. He joined us on a free transfer. Of course, you know about that one already. Then Alex Teixeira, I don't know, Brazilian attacking midfielder. Again, I can't say his name, so you can see him on the screen. It's the guy from Shakhtar Donetsk. Attacking midfielder can play, or he can play everywhere, to be honest. All these different positions, attacking midfield, all across the midfield. He can even play a little bit at right back, striker. He can play everywhere. So great signing. Hopefully he'll become a Brazilian international and then his value will rocket. Then Bruno Martins Indy, Dutch centre back who can play left back as well, which is crucial because we've got quite a few left back injuries. Just because I lost Mbia. I think it was just Mbia I lost at the back, just to replace him a little bit, just because he's not the sort of player who he can start. If I needed to start him, I'd have no problem starting him at all. I'm perfectly happy with his attributes and stuff, but he's the sort of player who I'm not feeling guilty about by not playing because I know I've got better players. Then Giuliano, I think that's how you say it again, another Brazilian name. The Brazilian names I'm not great with. Again, you can see his name and you know who it is. I brought him in from Dnipro. Yeah, attacking midfield. He can play all along the right as well, which is pretty handy. I'm training him to play left wing as well, just in case I do need that. So in total, we spent £57 million, but we made 33 million in sales. Obviously, Wilfried Zaha went to Celtic, Julio Cesar went to West Ham, Umbia went to Man United, Cisse went to Wolfsburg. Our goalkeeper from last season, Acucioa, I don't know, the Mexican goalkeeper, he went to Cagliari, along with our Korean Ku Cha-chol midfielder. The Norwegian player, Per Skellebred. Yep, he went to Sampdoria. The player who only played how many games? He didn't play a lot of games because they kept on trying to get rid of him. He played in total 8 games for us, and he's not. Look, he's been dreadful wherever he's been. Not a very good player. Samba Diakite went to Reading for 4.1 million, and then Bennett went out on loan. Mason Bennett went out on loan, and so did Victor Andrade. He went to Getafe just because I brought in Podolski and I've now promoted Carlos Viado, so I wanted him to play every week. Then playing him as a valuable player. He's already played in the continental competitions and played 2 games, got a goal for them, so he's going to play all the time, develop a lot, as is Mason Bennett away at Nottingham Forest. Of course, I mean, last season, Carlos Viado, he's injured at the moment, but Carlos Viado last season was away at Udinese. 30 games, 15 goals, 3 assists, 2 man of the matches, 6.95 rating, which is pretty good actually. Really pleased with how he's developed. So it's clearly working. Keep learning them out. Of course, Aliar Mada is our backup goalkeeper this season. Again, he could start easily in the Premier League, I think. But generally, as I was saying, we have got a few issues. Kieran Gibbs is now at the moment injured, and Sua has just come back from an injury. So in the preseason, I'm having to play Bruno Martins Indy at left back a lot of the time. Fixture-wise, preseason played Vaslui, beat them 5-1. Then played New York, beat them 3-0. Minsk beat them 4-0. Today we got Arsenal, as I say, in the Community Shield. So with regards to the formation, it's the 4-2-3-1, although I was going to the 4-4-2. Not the 4-4-2 Diamond, just the normal 4-4-2 with the advanced wingers in the preseason, just to allow my various striking options to get some game time. But the 4-2-3-1 was the one I used last season. It's the one I trust. So this is the one we're going to use. I've had to fend off a lot of interest from Malaga for Adel Taarabt. They're offering something ridiculous like £8 million. I was like, I'm not going to accept anything less than £20 million for the guy who was our gem last season, our superstar. He's not in the team today because Teixeira, I'm going to nickname him. I can't say his name. Nickname him. I can't say this guy's name. Set him his nickname. Where's his nickname? I'll call him Sam. Okay, Sam's attacking midfielder today. With Ter Stegen in goal, Insua at left back, Okore, Dave, Klein, Williams, Farlin, Ince, Sam, Hoylett, and Podolski make up the team. And nothing more to really say. Just got to play Arsenal. Try and get through Arsenal. Of course, the Community Shield doesn't matter. Well, in real life, it really doesn't matter. But in terms of this save, I want to win because I want to get as much silver as possible. Because obviously we've had I don't know. Did we break even? 20 million, including the 10 million pack there, 11 million over 30 months. More or less broke even, if my math is right off the top of my head. Very quickly off the top of my head. Go attack, go all out. Now TP is a good player, can play midfielder, plays for Schalke I believe in real life, plays for Arsenal on this. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got rid of backroom staff. I've got rid of Mark Bowen and brought in some Brazilian assistant manager who's quite young and his attributes are pretty good, so he's our new assistant. And also I brought in some different backroom staff, just change things up a little bit. I feel like it's been 3 seasons now. We've made the Europa League and won a cup, which is fantastic. You know, in real life, QPR would love to do that at the moment because obviously they're in the relegation zone. Oh, they're not doing too great at the moment. So it's, you know, absolutely fine. But we've had a big transfer outlay, and I feel like just mix things up a little bit. It's going a little bit stale, so get some new ideas, get some new training, new coaches and stuff like that in. Also, we had the most pointless expansion. Well, for any other club other than us, it would be a pointless stadium expansion. Our stadium got expanded by like 700 seats, which, as I say, if you're Arsenal with the Emirates Stadium, that's nothing. But because we've got such a small capacity, that takes us up into 19,000 plus, which is again really pathetic stadium size, but it all helps us with our already small capacity. So that's pretty good to have. And it was done relatively quickly. I've been trying to sign James Ward-Prowse and also I looked at Connor Wickham. Obviously, I've said it before. I quite like Connor Wickham as a player, so I've been trying to sign him, but it's going to cost me too much for how good he is in the game. His attributes are really poor. Well, no. I was going to try and justify him being decent, but no, they're really poor. And I just don't see it, particularly at the age he's at now. I don't see him developing quickly enough or to a high enough standard to make the transfer outlay worth it. With regards to Ward-Prowse, he's about 20 years old now in this save, I believe. I was looking at Luke Shaw, but his attributes are so... I guess his attributes were done before he had a good season this year, so that's probably why he's a little bit low, or he's ridiculously low. But, Wilshere goes round him, scores. Okay, make the change. So, but I'm trying to sign him. I think the deal's up near £4 million. He's only valued about 300,000, which you're probably thinking to yourself, what the hell are you doing? Why would you do that? Well, it's just because I want to save him, because if he stays, I'll take Klein off because he's yellow carded. If he stays at Southampton, they're lingering in the Championship on this. They're not going anywhere quick with their squad. It's completely depleted now. It's just been cherry picked. Everyone keeps going in and buying the players. And Gaston Ramirez is at Man City, and oh god, Vermaelen's just scored. We're getting battered. I think we lost last year. Was it last year? First episode of last season? I think we lost. We went to the Emirates and lost. I think that was last year. Not going great. Oh well. So yeah, just want to save him. With regards to other things in the save, we've got feeder clubs now. We've got Leeds United and Middlesbrough as my two feeder clubs. And you're probably thinking, why didn't you send Mason Bennett and Drede out to them? Well, because I got those deals done, those feeder clubs, after those players went out. And also, I think the game bugged out because it allowed me to request a feeder club, and we got Leeds United. But then I forgot I had already requested it, so I went back in, assuming they just rejected it. And almost instantly, they allow me to request again. Normally, it takes about 6 months in between requests, even if they accept or decline, generally. So I don't know, the game, maybe it bugged out for the better. So I've got two... And also, because I'd forgotten I'd requested Leeds, because I think I did the night before. I did it the night before, sorry. Because of that, I forgot I'd already requested a normal feeder club, so if I'd known, I would have gone for a commercial link sort of thing. But I forgot, but I didn't know, so that's why we've got two normal feeders. And they really are pretty useless at the moment, because I didn't realise I could make more than 3 changes. Because I've got no players to send to them, to be honest. That's the bottom line. I've got no players to send to them to develop. I mean, the only ones I'd consider is Carlos Fierro, but I want to keep him here, and he's injured at the moment, so he's no good to anybody. So it's a bit pointless at the moment. We've also got new sponsorship deals, and a new shirt deal, secondary shirt sponsor or something like that, and general sponsors. They're all increasing by a couple million, which is all good. It helps us out a little bit. Transfer budget was I think it was 21 million. I'll show it quickly after this. I think it was about 21 million. Or 20 million plus, which was pretty good, and that was to qualify for the Europa League, which I feel confident in doing after qualifying for it twice. I feel like we can do that again. I feel like I've got through quite a lot this episode. I've got a big page of notes in front of me of things I've got to talk about, so I don't forget anything. But typically knowing me, I will end up forgetting some stuff. We've lost the Community Shield. I said I wanted to win it. I did want to win it, so I'm not going to turn around and say it's a meaningless trophy, although it is in real life, as I said. it's a pretty meaningless trophy in real life, but in this I want to win as many trophies as I can, so I'm a bit annoyed we didn't play very well there. My record against Arsenal was not very good. Jack was impressive, but to be fair, they are a very good team. Did win the Premier League last year, so you don't win the Premier League, particularly on FM with Man City, and of course Man United and Chelsea and Tottenham are always really good on this. Well, they're really good in real life, but they're not going to win the title. But yeah, pretty much going to do it from me. Finances I was going to show, wasn't I? And transfer budget, £21.5 million budget, and bearing in mind I sold 33 million, so 20, 50, what was the budget? I can't remember the budget. 54 million plus, so £3 million in the red, but you got to bear in mind that the deal for Ter Stegen involved 11 million over 30 months, so what's that? I'm not even going to work that out. Yeah, I can work that out. I'm not going to. Anyway, it's pointless. Don't need to do maths. It's a Football Manager video. Right. Fixtures. I'll come back for the... I'm not going to play Arsenal again. That's boring. I'm going to play... I want to do a game where I'm not going to get my arse handed to me. Man City will batter us, so I'm not going to do that one. I'll come back. No, I did Swansea back end of last season. I'm gonna have to. No, we'll stick with what we should be doing. I'll say Swansea, but if I get a Europa League tie or Capital One Cup game or something like that that falls on the right date, then I'll livecom that. But if not, I'll come back for the Swansea game, I think. I don't particularly want to play Man City Arsenal on a livecom. Arsenal because we just played them, Man City because it's just pretty pointless. You know how good their team is. It's incredible. They'll just batter us. It's pretty pointless me putting out there. Joe Hart in goal, for God's sakes. He's this guy. The guy is the best goalkeeper. Ter Stegen is one of the best. Joe Hart is the best goalkeeper on FM. He's incredible. Who's Gael Clichy to bid from? PSG, typical. They've got their team. Oh, they bought Edinson Cavani. I was in for him, but I buckled at the price of what it was like £30 million or something ridiculous. So I buckled at that one. I couldn't quite cough up that much money. I wasn't even prepared to do that over 48 months because that would just cripple us financially. So I couldn't do that. With regards to the market at the moment, nothing really much available. I was in for Loic Remy. As QPR, I've got him in real life. I was in for him, but I couldn't justify myself having that many strikers when the reason Cisse went was because he was past it, and also because I had too many strikers to rotate. So couldn't justify that one. Wasn't going to do it. You're not even on a loan deal. But I've rambled really too much. So I'll come back to you for the Swansea game or for a game in the Europa League or Capital One Cup, depending on which game falls when. So until then, leave a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, and for the signings we've made, let me know what you think of the players we've brought in. I think I'm really chuffed with the Ter Stegen deal, so let me know what your thoughts are on that, and I'll see you guys next time.